and I would like to explain to you about walking meditation. Walking meditation is a way that one can concentrate one's mind and keep the body activated. It is used in meditation centers all over the world. And what they do is they cannot sit continuously forever and ever. So what they do is they alternate 1 hour walking, 1 hour sitting, 1 hour walking, 1 hour sitting. And this enables the yogis to go meditating for the whole day and whole night, taking minimal breaks for eating and taking care of their personal needs. So if you're at home, you can practice this form of meditation in a very limited space, or you can go outside. You would want to find an area that is visually unobstructed, that is maybe 3.5 to 4 feet wide, and maybe you have a walking path that's maybe 10 to 15 feet or even 20 feet. A hallway would be perfect for this. So if you have a hallway, I recommend using a hallway. There are many, many, many ways to focus on walking meditation, but we will cover only 3 very simple methods for walking meditation. When you meditate, you don't stop your thoughts, as you might think. Instead, what you do is you direct your thoughts. The mind is always spinning, it's always working. And instead of having it scattered, we want it focused where we want it. We want to control our mind, or direct our mind is a better term. So the first method is very simple. While you're walking, you just mention mentally to yourself, or mentally note, or mentally label, walking, walking, walking. You don't use your lips, and you don't use your voice box. Instead, you just mentally repeat to yourself, walking, walking, walking. And this is somewhat of a mantra, but it's a present moment label. When you speak to yourself in your mind, and you do this all the time, but usually you're just telling stories to yourself and whatever. But when you speak to yourself in your mind, you are directing your mind, and you are occupying your mind with such intentional thoughts. And these intentional thoughts are on the present moment, not on the past, not on the future. So you walk and you have a little bit of a gaze in front of you, maybe 4 feet in front of you. And you walk back and forth on your walking path, and you just mentally note walking, walking, walking. When you get to the end, you stop, and you might want to note standing, standing, standing. And while you're turning around, you might want to note turning, turning, turning. Stand there for a second or two, and then again start walking. And while you're walking, you also want to note walking, walking, walking. It's that simple. And you just walk back and forth until your timer goes off. It's very important to set a timer, because you don't just want to walk until you feel like stopping, especially in the beginning. So you want to make a determination to walk or sit for a certain amount of time. It's good to have a timer. Most telephones have a default timer, and I recommend using that, or a meditation timer, or whatever. Then there's another form of meditation that goes into a little bit more detail. The first type of meditation is a way that you can just walk in a normal speed and you don't have to worry about too many details. It can be very useful when you need to walk in a fast manner. Another method is where you pay attention to left and right. As you're stepping with your right foot, if you lift your right heel up or you place your right toe down, you can mentally note right. And when you lift up your left heel or place your left toe down, you can mentally note left. So we have left, right, left. They do this in the army, so you can also do this too. And again, you want to use a timer, you want to maybe note standing, and you want to note turning when you stand and when you turn, and then when you go back to walking, you do left and right, left and right. The last method is usually the preferred method, and it works very well with limited space. So if you only have maybe 8 feet or 10 feet, what you do is you walk slower and you pay attention to more detail of the present moment. It's a more intentional walk. It's a less natural, it's obviously not a natural walk, but it's very popular in meditation centers. You usually see people walking very slowly. And what they're doing is they're paying attention to the minute present moment movements of their feet. And they use this as a meditation subject. So, when you lift up your right foot, and this is maybe a mirror image, when you lift up your right foot, you mentally note lifting, lifting, lifting. When you move it forward, moving, moving, moving. When you're dropping, placing, placing, placing. And then the left foot, lifting, lifting, lifting. Moving, placing, lifting, moving, placing, lifting, moving, placing, lifting, moving, placing. Just like that. As a matter of fact, maybe in that speed, you can choose any speed you want. It's usually a slow speed. And if you have less room to walk, then you just take slower and smaller steps. And it's pretty much that simple. I recommend you give it a try, maybe for 15 or 20 minutes, especially if you're new. Then you can gradually work up to a half hour, 45 minutes, and then an hour. And later you can learn how to do sitting meditation, and then you can alternate 1 hour sitting, 1 hour walking, 1 hour sitting, 1 hour walking. Now at my meditation center, they use walking meditation in a much different way. But this is a basic meditation method, and it's good for you to learn this basic, easy to do meditation, mindfulness exercise. It helps keep your mind healthy, it helps keep your body healthy, and I wish this for you. So, the best of luck on your practice, and I hope you have success.